Hello everyone, welcome back to another weekly video update on the trading opportunities that I'm looking at. This week could be very interesting, of course. The French elections here you can see that are being held today. Today is Sunday. That could certainly determine the euro direction. Um, if Macron wins, then the euro it could be the big winner. The euro could actually do quite well and go much higher. And of course, if Le Pen wins, that could, like, who the heck knows what could happen if Le Pen wins? I mean, the markets could go crazy. The euro could plummet quite a bit really quickly. So I think a lot of people are hoping that Macron wins, and that will certainly set the tone for the euro, at least in the short term. So we're looking at the trading opportunities for the week of May 8th to the 12th. And again, if you want any information on my courses and learning materials, contact me. That's me, Martin, at this Gmail address. Okay? Now, before we start, I want to give out a big thank you to the new subscribers. Every week I seem to get at least a couple of new subscribers, so thank you very much to those from around the world that are starting to view my video forecasts. And again, pass it on if you know of anyone else that would like to view this. They're free, so pass it on, and that would be much appreciated. And as always, before we start, we get to the risk disclaimer right here. It's important to understand that this video presentation is for educational purposes only. Yes, I know I'm giving you quite sometimes some specific entry levels, but just remember that these are the areas on the charts that I'm looking at personally. I'm just trying to pass on this information to you. With everything that I provide you, you still have to make your own independent decisions, and hopefully this will teach you to become much better forex traders. So the level of risk is always on your end. Okay, so now we can start. Okay, we always start with the Euro USD daily pair. You can see that the Euro USD has been in a long-term bullish channel. You can see price all the way from back here. Take a look at the cursor. Beginning of January of this year, prices come from a low, gone up to a high, come back down, come back up to retest this area here, come back down all down here, and now it's again starting to go higher. Within this long-term bullish channel, we have a small bullish flag pattern. You can see this from here, this point on up, and then the flag. So this is the flagpole. Here's the flag, and I expect a breakout to the upside, especially. And again, remember this is the pair, the Euro USD, the Euro currency could be the big winner, and it this pair could certainly go up much higher really quickly with a Macron win. So the first thing is, do not trade this pair just yet. Wait until the French elections are over. Or if you do take a trade, trade with caution. Again, you have to wait till the elections are fully over. And if the news is good from the Macron side, then price should go higher. If Le Pen wins, you can see price plummet perhaps all the way down to this lower channel. Okay, so that's what I see here. Now we move on to the British pound USD, and you can see we are making higher highs. So here is a higher high. Here's a previous high. Here's another higher high, previous high. Again, higher high, and certainly looks like my bias is to the upside. You can see I've drawn in this upper resistance zone. This is a long-term resistance area from the weekly chart, and right now I believe price is going to go higher. There's all indication that it will. So I would, myself personally, I would be looking to buy above 129.80. right above here. Once price comes up to about this area, we could see a retracement or a pullback. But for now, short term, I'm looking to the upside for this pair. Okay, now we move to the Australian USD daily. And this pair kind of, well, you can see on Friday here, this Friday was a small bullish doji. Price could go sideways, could go up a bit or down. My bias is to the downside. Take a look at the MACD line here. That's the blue line. It is below the zero level, and it is angling down sideways a bit here at the end of the line, just because of the last two candles weren't that decisive. So in the short term, price may go up a bit higher. And let's take a quick look at gold, because the Australian USD, the Australian currency, is tied into how well gold is doing. Let me just switch to charts for a second. Okay, you can see here gold has been coming down, but again on Friday we had kind of a non-decision candle. You can see the MACD certainly sloping downwards, so there is momentum to the downside, and price could certainly come down to this area right here. Here's the 100 moving average. Here is the lower trend line. So you can see that right there. So let's switch back to Australian USD. So here you've got two things you can do. If we believe price is going to go higher, okay, wait till price goes a bit higher, and then look for a pullback. I'm sorry, that would be the pullback. That's what I meant to say. So wait for a pullback a little higher, then look for a selling opportunity to the downside, or take a sell trade. Myself, I would be looking to sell below 0.7380. Okay, and price could come down all the way down um, to the lower end of this support zone that I've drawn in. As a matter of fact, we could go down to here. Okay, so your support zone could be could be somewhere in this area, down to the 72.50, 72.73 area. Okay, MACD is below zero. You can see that as well. Okay, so now we move on to New Zealand USD, and you can see here we had a good bullish candle on Friday's trading. Okay, you can see on Friday here was a we had a bounce off on Thursday, so the sellers took it down. All the way down to the lower trend line I've drawn in here. This is a support area right here, and buyers brought it right back up. So buyers prevented price from falling any further. You can see the MACD is starting to curl up higher, and we have a green momentum bar, which means momentum to the upside is starting to increase. So from here, my bias is to the upside, and I'm looking for price to go much higher. And we're going to switch to an H4 chart. So let's do that right now. This gives us a better look at to the entry. Okay, just a second there. So you can see from here, the entry, I would look at again, the entry would be above 0.6930. Okay, 0.6930, which is right here. Your first level would be here with the 100. If it breaks the 100, it'll go higher to here's the 200. So you can see it's got room to the upside. First of all, your first target would be probably right around here, and you can see we have a previous swing high. Okay, right over here. There's a previous swing high. So that's using your H4 chart to better time your entry. You can see price structure a little bit better. We have broken on the H4. We have broken above the 50 SMA. with these three candles. So I expect price to go higher. You can see the MACD also on the H4 chart is also above the zero level. Okay, and let me just switch that back to the daily. So here again, you can see price would come to at least, so, like I said, I was more specific on the H4 chart, but it should come to about there. Okay, and this is the daily chart you can see right there. Okay, so let's take this off and let's clean it up. Okay, now we're going to switch to the US CAD. This is an interesting pair. You can see on Friday we had a huge bearish candle. It kind of closed just below the 8 SMA. And, for a bullish uptrend to continue, I like using the 8 EMA. And you can see certainly here, price all the way. As it was moving higher, it stayed above the 8. But as soon as price closes below the 8, and it did so with conviction on Friday, I'm expecting price to come down lower. So here, um, even though the overall pair is trending higher, okay, making higher highs, here's the previous high here, and we've broken a resistance area here. I expect price to come down a wee bit further. How much? I'm not too sure. And again, I've drawn in your different levels. So we've got a support area in this first gray rectangle. You can see that right here. So price could certainly come down to here. If it breaks this support zone, it could come down all the way here, but then look for buying opportunities to the upside. So if the price comes down to here, you would look for buying opportunity, and by that I mean we're looking for buying evidence. We're looking for a bullish candle from this a bounce off the support here. Price comes down to here, we're looking for again a bounce higher. So again, the overall it is trending higher, but we are in a pullback. So when price goes up much higher and now we're coming back down, this is called a pullback, which is quite normal. Okay, so let me take that all off. And again, I want to show you this. We are, again, the US CAD is contained within a long-term kind of a bullish channel. You can see that price was here, came back down, come back up. Now it's testing um, the upper trend line. I'm just going to zoom out a bit so you can see there. There you go. Okay, and I'll do one more thing. Let's zoom out once more so you can see this long-term bullish channel. Okay, and I've done that with the upper trend line, the lower trend line. Okay, so let's get this chart back to normal, and now we move on to oil. Of course, the Canadian currency is tied into oil, and oil had been coming down. You can see as of last week, and again, for those people who are just joining me now, these red vertical lines, or this red vertical line, depicts the trading price action as of the previous Friday, of the previous week, I should say. And so you can see here we have this is Sunday, Monday trading, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. These are the 5 candles for this week. It had been going down, and then all of a sudden we had a huge bullish pullback or bounce off this support zone. So right now, price could be coming a little bit higher. This would be a pullback, and that could certainly create the downtrend for the US CAD currency. Okay, so if oil goes up a bit, then that strengthens or that helps the Canadian currency. Okay, and that means the US CAD would come down. The price of the US CAD would come down a bit. So again, just keep an eye out on oil, and that could certainly help you in your trading decisions when it comes to the US CAD. Okay, and then finally we get to, well, not finally, but second last, we look at the US Swiss franc, and you can see overall it is trending lower as of from last week. I believe it will trend a little bit lower again, and if it comes down lower, down to this area here, you may have a bounce higher, a pullback, but eventually I think price could come down all the way to this lower trend line here. Take a look at the MACD. You can see the MACD line, which is blue here. It is well below zero, angling down. So that's what I see there. And the other thing I want to mention is that this pair could certainly be impacted by the French election results. If Macron wins, and that's good for the markets, then the Swiss franc would certainly benefit from that along with the euro. So that means this currency pair, the U.S. Swiss franc, would come down. So if Macron wins, this pair should come down. Okay, and certainly if that's not the case, where Macron wins and Le Pen wins, then the U.S. Currency might shoot higher. Okay, and and now we move on to the last pair, which is the USJP. Again, take a look here. Let me just zoom out. You can see this pair has been on a bearish channel, bearish downtrend channel from the high here, which goes back to December of 2016. Okay, and so you can see it is come back down to this area, gone back higher, come back down. Now it's gone higher. And I believe we're at the crossroads here. This pair, I believe, could go a little bit higher. And let me just zoom in again. So in the short term, I believe this pair could go a little bit higher. And then once we get here, you'll have to watch to see what happens, whether it bounces back down, whether there's a pullback. Okay, so I would be looking to buy above 112.80, 112.80 for here. If certainly if price breaks above this channel, price could come back all the way here and take a look at your left at the previous swing high. So, but right now I think price could come short term a little bit higher, and then perhaps it'll bounce off the resistance here or the ceiling and come back down again. So just have some caution with this pair. And that is it for my trading opportunities that I'm looking at for this week. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me anytime at the Gmail address. And for all those new subscribers and old subscribers and students I've known for a long time, listen, take care, have a great week, and pay attention to the French election results and have some fun. And we will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.